welcome to 2021. I realize I'm 7 days late. I took a nice little holiday, so if you were wondering where my videos were, I was taking a break. We have this tradition in our house, even though we are not Ukrainian in the least. We are Polish background and Celtic background and Filipino background. We keep our lights on till Ukrainian Christmas or Epiphany or whatever you call that holiday, and we are not religious in our house and not Catholic, and we don't even follow those traditions, but it's a nice way for me to keep the holiday, sorry, kitty hair, for me to keep the lights on and just kind of ease into the new year. As I get older, I realize so many of us hit January 1st and we hit this first week running and we're just going to change everything, right? We're going to get fit. We're going to make more money. We're going to be happier. And there's so many goals that exude in this first week. So I've kind of learned to let us slide into this first week. So you're seeing me on the 7th, which is a weekend. And I'm pulling some cards kind of around the end of Epiphany. I'm going to use the word because that's what the religious holiday was yesterday. So I'm like, what kind of epiphany are we going to have in this new year? What are some guidance into the cards? So today's read is not so much the read for today. It's kind of my gentle ease into the new year. And what kind of epiphanies are we going to have? So what's our focus going to be? What are we not going to focus so much on? So first card, I'm using the Vice Versa Tarot deck. If you're at all interested in what tarot decks I use, is this beautiful Queen of Swords. But she is on the other side. So this deck has two views. It's a very unique deck. And so we're looking where she's looking out. So this is where we take the Queen of Swords and we really say, how is she really putting herself out there with her wise thoughts and her connection to spirit with her thoughts? What is she using to put that out into the world? So our focus as we gradually step into this new year is, what are our wise thoughts that we're going to face with the world? Not our scattered thoughts, not our thoughts that are just about thinking thoughts, but ones that are grounded right into our soul that allow us to face the world with wisdom, spiritual and mental wisdom. So this is kind of the theme. What are we going to do to step into that? And then there's that crystal lighting her up in the back. What is it? What force is it that lights you up to keep you energized in that? Helper, interestingly, looks like a very religious card, doesn't it? Is Hierophant. This is a really wise card. So are you stepping into your wisdom? Do you have the keys to your wisdom? Are you not getting taken out by your thoughts, by too much emotion? Are you really going to come in and be wise? And this could also be seeking wise counsel. So this year, if you're having a hard time staying in those strong thoughts, what is some wise counsel, or what is a practice for you? Is there some kind of practice that is religious in its way, not a religious practice per se, but something that you can implement that helps you step into your wisdom? What is that for you? Are you getting a mentor? Are you starting Tai Chi? Are you doing something that really helps you step into your wisdom? And then bring out that inner guide, that inner wisdom book that you hold within your heart. So lots of wisdom and guidance and staying centered. The focus is not the death card. So it was 2020 is a hard year, and let's be honest, it's not like this switch got flipped and we're all fine and there's nothing going on. There's a lot going on, as we know, in the world. Tons. COVID's still with us. So what it's not saying we're not focusing on death. Obviously, there's some death going on in the world, but we're not focusing on that huge transformation in our life so much this year. Especially as we're sliding into January, we get such caught up in everything has to shift and change. And not that we don't want 2021 to be different, but we don't have to always go for that massive death in our life to transform us. Maybe we just sit in our wisdom and we see where that brings us to this year. Not this, we must have transformation, we must change. There's a lot of pressure to put on ourselves, as opposed to just sit in your wisdom, just see what wants to come. So I hope that helps. I hope that guides you gradually into the new year. You might already be full force. You're completely opposite of me, and you're 7 days in and you know exactly what you want. But if you're a little bit more gradual and you feel a bit overwhelmed by all the New Year's resolutions, I'm calling them New Year's suggestions this year. Give some suggestions, some wise suggestions to yourself. Not everything has to transform. If you have a weight loss goal of 50 pounds, that's great, but give yourself some suggestions on how to get there. Be wise about it. Anything like that. If you're going to write your book this year, great. But it doesn't have to transform your whole life. You don't have to make $1 million doing that. You don't have to have 1 million followers on TikTok. Whatever it is that you need to do, just be wise about it. And don't worry about it being so full force that you've got to get it all done right now. So Happy New Year, and I will be back on with my videos, and I will see you tomorrow.